So with FPV, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Welcome back to the channel. I am Chad. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So a couple lessons, and there's a lot of stuff in this video of what's coming and what I'm working on right now. So we'll go straight to the bench and I'll show you what is up. So we've got different ESCs, flight controllers. We've got all kinds of stuff coming here to the channel. So definitely stick around. There's going to be a lot of stuff for everybody. Betaflight 4.2, Falco X, everything else. But today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this hyper-low RS Plus. So I've been trying to get a lighter frame, a more premium frame than my TBS Source ones that I usually fly. To get down to that weight, I pretty much needed to replace the GoPro. And what I ended up going with was the RUNCAM 5 Orange, which we can talk about that maybe down the road. And what that has done is that has enabled me to get my heavy Source ones with 6S down to about 625 to 620 grams. And I know a lot of you guys are using DJI and you're able to get lower than that and everything, and that's great because for these freestyle quads, getting in that 620 ballpark, as Kebab suggested, I believe really does make a huge difference. This hyper-low RS Plus frame is really nice. Like, every edge is chamfered. The carbon is just silky smooth. It comes with this really cool mount that it has a session mount, or you can put this bar in the middle right here to hold your GoPro. So with all that stuff running, it was a little bit heavy still. The lightest I could get it with the GoPro Hero 7 was about 670 grams, while my other Source one, the one I fly all the time with the Flight 1, comes in at about 685, 690, depending upon what battery I'm using. The thing is that this thing is flying horrible, and I'm not 100% sure what it is. Flight 1, it gives us no diagnostic tools at all. You can't run a black box log, you can't do anything. And just going back and checking BL Heli 32 settings you just can't do it. You know, you have to flash a regular Flight 1 back on, then the clean flight pass through, then do your stuff, and then go back again. In the meantime, you're using bootloader and everything else like that. So this build is super nice. I mean, I ended up using all 20x20 components in there. So I've got the millable OSD and the 40 amp rotor hobby wing in there, Nano, Phoenix 2, steel motors, everything like that. But I was getting some really wild flying characteristics with Flight 1. So it was so bad, I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead and do this. So I flashed Betaflight 4.2 RC1 on there, so that way I could grab a black box log. I read through the tuning guide and kind of played around a little bit and everything, and I really couldn't get anything a whole lot better than I was getting beforehand. But it is interesting to at least take a look and see that now I'm able to get like a log. So I can look at my motors, for example. If we go into this nice thing that Mark Spatz UAV Tech has made for us, we can go and we can look at our motors here, you know, and if we look down here at our motor traces, we can see that all of them are fairly consistent. Everything is okay. So my motors are all right. So what is going on? We can go back and we can take a look at our actual noise, which is going to be one of the best ways to like take a look at everything. If I can find out which one that is. So if we look here at our gyro on yaw, our gyro here on pitch, our gyro here on roll, everything is completely crushed and flatlined. And there's a lot of stuff I can obviously do with these filters here that I just haven't done yet or anything at all. If we look at the actual raw noise from running in gyro scaled, If we look at raw, you can see there's the raw noise right there. If we look at pitch, you can see there is the raw noise, and y'all looks pretty good. And that's pretty much about as far as I have gotten. I look at like my actual PIDs and my rates and stuff. I've tried following some of the stuff that they suggested by raising the D points and everything else. And I'm not having much luck with it, but that RUNCAM 5 showed up today, so I'm super happy because that means that my source ones now are even lighter than this hyper low. But I really like this frame. I need to figure something out with this for sure. So I think what I'm going to have to do, maybe I will kind of put everything back to defaults and do some regular flying with it and stuff like that, and start posting some logs. Now that I've got Betaflight 4.2 on there, I don't want to go back and rewire everything to make it work with Flight 1. It's just not worth it to me. I want to have a couple Betaflight rigs, or at least one good one running at all times, so that way I can do some nice comparison videos and such. So we have this source one here, which is the one that I was flying without the GoPro. I'm currently printing out some session mounts, and we'll have this puppy up and running. And then I have another one over there that we're going to throw in some other stuff. We've got F7 flight controllers. We've got the 20x20 F7 Talons. So there's all kinds of good stuff on there. So, moral of the story, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Definitely find somebody that you know, or talk to somebody you know that has working setups and stuff like that, just to make things a lot easier on yourself so you can enjoy the hobby. Don't let this quarantine boredom get to you like it has to me, because now I have these problems that I want to fix and I just can't get away from it. So anyway, come back for the next chapter, guys. I will see you next time.